you looking to learn more about your spiritual journey? Are you on a healing journey? Have you tried conventional ways of healing but didn't get the results you desired? If so, this podcast is for you. My name is Reverend Dr. Jackie Cope, and I'm a metaphysical minister, intuitive guide, and teacher. Here at Raven Rabbit, we believe that your ancestors, spiritual guides, and divine self are ready and eager to help you heal and prosper. We approach life, healing, and happiness through a holistic, indigenous spiritual lens to create the lives we want. Join me to radically change your life today. Hi, and welcome to the Raven Rabbit Wellness Studio podcast. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Jackie Cope, and I am so excited to welcome you here today. We are on episode 41. I thought I had depression, but it was deeper than that. This is a juicy one. This is so exciting to talk about. It doesn't seem like it's exciting because I'm talking about depression and it gets deeper than that. But it is exciting because I'm on the other side of it and I want you to be there too. Today's episode is for the part of you that whispers, not enough. The part of you that overgives, people pleases, hides, or explodes. Because deep down, something inside feels off. I used to just think it was depression. But what I discovered was way deeper and way more healing than that. Okay? So, I want to share just some random stories with you. I'm just riffing. Like I said at the beginning of starting my podcast, I don't have everything planned out to a T. I invite spirit in and I allow what comes up to come up and to come through, because my old side of me, my perfectionist side, would want to have everything dialed in and to a T, and I would know where I was taking you. I don't do that anymore. I intuitively guide and speak, and what comes up comes up. Okay? So, in my previous time, before I had really positive self-talk, when I was in my really negative self-talk time, I used to just think that I was too emotional for the world. I was too emotional. I was too depressed. I was just too much. Okay. Um, I didn't know how to deal with this. I did so many things to try to deal with this, my emotional way of being. I let's see, let's go back to before I got divorced, so like mid 20s. I knew lots of stuff was just not working out. I knew there was something wrong in my previous marriage. I knew something was gonna come up. And then he finally left me. We got divorced because of that's what he wanted. And I realized like there was something really deeply wrong with me. And then COVID happened, and I was like, "Ooh, I gotta stay in the house all day by myself. Like, I better sign up for something." I signed up for a psychologist. I signed up for a psychologist because I thought there was something so deeply wrong with me that I would need somebody to diagnose me. That was not the case. My psychologist used cognitive behavior therapy techniques, and they were very effective for me in that time. Um, it was enough to start regulating myself. It was good for what it was, okay? And then all of the cruel thoughts still continued. I did address a lot of like past things with my therapist. Some I would guess that you'd say daddy issues, family issues, some past trauma that was living out in my I was living out in my current time and how it was coming through my divorce. But there were still a lot of things unaddressed, but I didn't even know how to talk about them. Uh, so then after therapy, I signed up for my yoga certificate and I really started deeply on my um spiritual journey. I'd always been a spiritual person. I've always seen things. I've always wanted to be very connected with God. It wasn't anything abnormal or new or different, just being more intentional with it. Um, and then I met my current husband, which was a very healthy, strong relationship that was very good. And I was very happy with that. And through him, I started to learn more about myself. Lots of things started coming up, old patterns in relationships, and I was able to address them like head on and with him in that willing way to work on those things. And I explained to him when we got together, like, I do get depressed at times. I need you to be understanding during those times. And this is just who I am. And I want your support and love during those times. And as time went on, like the depressive episodes would happen and he would see them and I would say, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. And as time went on further, I came across a great podcast with a man, Dr. Blaise Agar, talking about self-hate, and everything changed. Everything changed. I came home and told my husband, "Oh my gosh, I don't think it's a depression. I have self-hate." And let me tell you everything he has said. And I explained the episode to him. I said, "I'm buying the book." I read the book. I was like, this is exactly what I have felt my whole life. No one has ever explained it to me in a clearer way. And he's taking the words out of my mouth. And this is what I have. I never really had depression. I just that's the only word I knew to use for it. I thought it was depression, but I always knew there was like a missing link or something. Like it wasn't all quite there when I would read what depression was, but it was the closest thing I could find. And it was the closest thing given to me. And I found self-hate and I was like, this is it. This is what I go through that I need so much help with. And I learned so much about myself going through my self-hate process. And so I want to share with you today some signs that you might be living with self-hate. So 5 signs you're living in self-hate. And I want you to just see and to gauge where you're at because this might be the language and the thing that you need to help you. Okay, 1, you might be dealing with self-hate if you keep abandoning yourself to keep the peace. Okay, so what does that mean? Um, you know what you want, but you don't allow it because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to upset anybody. You don't want to do things differently. You abandon your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, and you live the way that you're told to live by either parents, caretakers, spouses, or society because you cannot rock the boat. All right. And you abandon yourself to keep what is perceived peace. Okay. I have done this my entire life. I always abandoned myself and my dreams and my desires because I did not want to upset anybody. It came through in my education journey, my career journey, my marriage. I just wanted to make sure everybody was happy and everything was okay. And I abandoned myself a lot. So if you find yourself abandoning yourself, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, just to try to keep whatever perceived peace you think exists, chances are you could be dealing with some self-hate. It could be a possibility. Number 2, you've made yourself the villain in every story. Okay. So when we make ourselves the villain in all of the stories, it's a very sneaky way for self-blame to come up and to come into play. You tell yourself everything has gone wrong because of you, and it is all your fault. Every single time you're the bad guy. You should have known better. You should have done better. You should have kept better tabs on things. You should have known that that would happen. It's all your fault that this is a mess because you can't do anything right. If you have been blaming yourself and making yourself the villain throughout everything, it could be because deep down inside, you are definitely dealing with some self hate issues. Because self blame is a part of self hate. And I had never heard it that way before. I always just blamed myself because I truly thought that I was the problem for everything. Everything was my fault. I couldn't keep a husband around. I couldn't teach right. I couldn't do my job right. I can't clean right. I can't do anything right. I would always go through this, and every single time it was always all my fault. I always took the blame for everything inside. And that was a deep part of my self-hate, okay? Because I couldn't allow myself to be right. I couldn't allow myself to be good. All right, number 3, you're scared of success because you don't believe you deserve it. This is a hard one to deal with because I didn't even necessarily feel like that initially. Like when I read, oh, you don't have happiness because you don't think you deserve it. Oh, you don't have the success in your business because you don't think you deserve it. It was a weird phrase to like hear because it wasn't even in my realm of possibility. I was so far away from deserving it. I don't even deserve the fact of the idea of not deserving it, is how far away I was from success. Um, I was really scared of my success and what it would mean for my life. I couldn't even fathom, like, what if I really do this business or take that leap? Like, where could it really go? I was definitely scared that I deserved something more. And I only deserved to stay in my lane and in my box doing my things. So sometimes I have a problem with the whole stay in your lane. Because if we just stay in our lane, we don't get to experience everything else. We don't get to learn what we're capable of. And we really keep ourselves boxed in. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I'm definitely not afraid of my success anymore. I'm definitely welcoming to it. And I do believe at this point I deserve it. All right. Sign number 4 that you're living in self hate. You avoid mirrors or feel like your body is betraying you. You might be dealing with chronic illness, diseases, weight issues, body dysmorphia. Um, all of these things lead you to believe that your body is not protecting you and you don't trust your body anymore. Your body is it's just a failure. It's not doing anything right in the way that it is supposed to. And we really start to reject our body. We start avoiding mirrors. We don't want to walk past them. We don't want to look at ourselves. And we start to have negative self talk towards our body. And that's that self hate creeping in a very body physical way. And finally, number 5, you're living in self. If you're a sign that you're living in self hate, is you live in apology mode. Sorry is a word that constantly comes out of your mouth, and you mean it. I apologized for everything and I truly did mean it. I felt like such a failure. And if I wasn't such a failure at things, then things probably would be going better and going smoother and I wouldn't be causing all these problems. So, if you're living in that apology mode, it can be because self hate is playing a factor in your life. Okay. So, are any of these things resonating with you? Some of them coming through. Have you abandoned yourself? You make yourself the villain. You're scared of your success. You avoid mirrors. You're living in apology mode. These can be signs that self hate is playing a factor in your life. Um, None of this makes you broken. These are all just patterns of limitation, and they're not truths. So, what can we do about it? What's something we can do right now to start tackling some of these issues? I want to offer you something small. It's nothing huge. It won't fix you overnight, but it's just a little thing that could start helping. It's called a mirror activation ritual. I want you to look in the mirror okay, in your eyes. Now, my suggestion here is 3 full minutes, but I know if you're in the depths of self-hate, just looking in the mirror in your eyes for like 20 seconds can be really hard. And if you can do that, that would be an accomplishment. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror in the eyes. And when you do, that inner critic is probably going to speak. Don't interrupt the inner critic. Let whatever bubbles up to the surface come. Listen to it. Just one thing, not all of the things. Just one thing comes up. And then you say, I see you. I know you're trying to protect me, but I'm ready to lead with love now. Okay, so again, let me say that. The thought comes up, you let it go through. I see you. I know you were trying to protect me, but I'm ready to lead with love now. Okay? And so you're going to do that and try to do that for 3 minutes. Okay? And let me know how that goes. I'd love to hear what comes up, what comes through, how it works for you. In the comments, let me know what happens in your mirror healing practice. Okay? So, when it comes to self-hate, there is so much to talk about. And today I just gave you 5 signs that self-hate might be playing a factor in what you thought was depression, because that's what was happening to me. So, in all of that, I created a 12-week course called Oh, I Didn't Hate Myself. I was just never taught to love me. And it's different from anything you have ever taken. It's not just affirmations and journaling. It's spirit work, dream work, movement, memory. It's designed to take you layer by layer into the truth that you are not unworthy. You were just unloved in the way that you needed. So when you come to my course, you're going to get meditations. We're going to get journaling. That's very effective. Um, You're going to get my personal guidance through live calls. There's going to be an online portion for your self-paced learning. Okay? So, if this little conversation here was speaking to you, this is your sign. Enrollment's going to open in July 28th. I would love to see you in my course. I crave for your energy to be there and for us to exchange ideas and love and work on our energetic fields. There's a link in the show notes about the course, or you can DM me. I want to love myself, and I'll have a little conversation with you and give you everything that you need to prepare for sign up. Okay? So, with that, I need you to know you do not need to be perfect. You just need to be with yourself again and again. You're not behind. You're not too much. You're exactly where your healing begins. Okay? I love you, and thanks for listening. Hey, beautiful soul, pause what you're doing and lean in for a second. I want to personally invite you into something I've never created before. It's called, Oh, I Don't Hate Myself. I was just never taught to love me. A 12-week transformation experience for anyone who's ever felt unworthy, unseen, or stuck in cycles of self-sabotage. This isn't surface level mindset work. This is ancestral healing, energetic realignment, deep remembering. Working with me inside this container isn't like coaching. It's like coming home to yourself with a guide who sees all of you, your spirit, your story, your sacredness. And here's the thing. You don't have to do this alone anymore. You don't have to keep carrying what was never yours to begin with. If you're feeling that pull, that whisper that says, this is for me, then it is. Doors are officially opening July 28th. Head over to the link in my bio or DM me. I want to love myself and I'll send you everything you need to get started. Let's rewrite the way you love yourself for good. Thank you for listening. Expand the life, healing, and happiness of others in your field by sharing this episode. You can get more of my content and other helpful tips by following Raven Rabbit LLC on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to comment on Spotify and answer the episode's question so I can keep creating content you love and desire. Thank you so much.